This time around, I am comparing the performance between React 17.0.2 and Vue 3.0.11 in the Chrome browser. Both of these applications have the exact same amount of CSS and the exact same amount of local static data to work with. I also have a list of user stories that both application must meet. I'll let you read the user stories on your own. And now we're going to go to test each one of these user stories. Okay, firstly, as a user, I can read a list of tasks. Okay, so both sides is passing on that one. As a user, I can add a task using the mouse or the keyboard. Mouse or keyboard. The reason for the keyboard is because I want to be in compliance with Section 508 of the American with Disability Act in the US. So on the React side, let's start with the keyboard action. So I'm going to tap to the um, input box and add new task. Tap to the add button, press enter, and I have a new task. Now on the view side, let's do the same thing. Okay, now let's do it with the mouse. Okay, for view. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, so that's passing. Now, as a user, I can add a check mark on any task using the mouse or the keyboard. Okay, let's go to React here. Okay, that's working. Let's go over here. Of course, we can toggle with the spacebar on both sides. Okay, let's just test it on this. Okay, we're good. And of course, we can do it with the mouse. Okay, no biggie there. Okay, so that's passing. As a user, I can delete any task using the mouse or the keyboard. Okay, let's go to the first one. Let's go to the last one. Let's delete task two. Tap all the way down, enter, gone. Okay, let's try review. Let's delete the last one. Okay, gone. Now let's do it with the mouse. Okay, both sides are passing. As a user, I can edit any task using the mouse or the keyboard. Okay, let's start with React. Okay, just edit. I love bacon. Okay, tab, save, enter. Okay, I love bacon. Let's try view. Okay, edit. I love bacon. Tab, save. Okay, now let's do it with the mouse. Okay, I love bourbon. Okay, let's do it with view. Oops. Edit. I love bourbon. Save. Okay, let's do it with so that's passing. Let's do one more thing here. Let's do like an edit, and then we're going to cancel that edit using the keyboard and then using the mouse. Switching over here, edit, cancel the edit. Okay, and then with the keyboard, I'm sorry, with the mouse, edit, cancel edit. Okay, so our user stories are passing. I spun up both of these apps using each framework's respective command line interface. In the case of React, it was the create React app CLI, and in the case of Vue, the Vue create CLI. I'm only pulling in the core modules for each frameworks, meaning I'm not adding any extra NPM packages like random ID generator for the to-dos. For that, I'm just using math.floor or math.random to generate random IDs for the to-dos. Additionally, on the React side, whenever you spin up a project using the CRA, it also gives you Jest, JEST, unit testing framework straight out of the box. Since Vue does not have that straight out of the box, Vue allows you to choose whatever framework you want. I went ahead and removed the Jest module from React in the interest of being fair. Now, excuse me. Now, if you look at the component structure and the overall app structure of both of these frameworks, they're essentially the same. They're similar in concept. Obviously, on the React side, we are using JSX, whereas on the Vue side, they're using string interpolation, sort of like the Angular style of string interpolation inside of the component. Um, I think they work just fine. Um, in Vue, like in Angular, you have the ability to have component level style. Same thing with React. In this case, I didn't have a component level style. I just have global level CSS because I didn't have time to refactor that. Um, but conceptually, though, you can jump from one to the other without a whole lot of cognitive switching. Okay, coming back to the browser, let me widen this so you guys can see the waterfall timing. I'm going to refresh this 3 times, do a refresh, hard refresh, and clear cache. That's a three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do this. Dang it. Let's do this for view. Let me widen this. 2, 3. Okay. Now let's do the Lighthouse performance. Hmm. I selected all option and then we do desktop. Okay, let's start with the React side. Let me move this over so you guys can see. Okay. All right, let me jump over to the React side. I'm sorry, to the Vue side. The timing is actually very similar. So look, I'm not showing you guys anything groundbreaking here, right? If your team is already on React, maybe it's React 16.8 and newer, what I'm showing you here isn't going to make you switch over to Vue. And if you guys are already on Vue 2.6 or newer and happy with it, I don't think I'm showing you anything here that would make you want to switch over to React. Both of these frameworks have significant market share for SPA frameworks, and obviously React. React has been around for a while. It still has the largest frameworks, I think, the largest market share of any SPA framework, I think. And the React version that I used back in 2014 looks a lot different than the React app that I'm working on today as of May of 2021. And I have a feeling that React will get better. You think about it, React out of the box, if you spin up an app with CRA, um, has a lot out of the box. Context API, the use reducer hooks that 90% of the time you can replace Redux with. And if you use on the Vue side, if you use Vue with Vite, I did not use Vite with this app, uh, but that's also an option. You can use Vue with Vite. Obviously, you can use Svelte and React with Vite as well. So, uh, I do this type of things for people who are new to the industry, or if you're in management, you're trying to select a SPA framework for your company. Now, if you're still on AngularJS, AngularJS 1.3 haven't helped you. Uh, you know, Choosing any of these you would do well. Okay. React, since it's been around for a while, it has a lot of shared knowledge base out there. Um, the same thing can be said for Vue. Uh, if you want to go this route, there are other options out there as well, like Svelte, WebAssembly, etc., etc. In case you're wondering, both apps have been built and served up uh, locally, but it's been built just like a production build. Okay. Additionally, um, the ideas for both of those apps came from the Mozilla Developer Network tutorials on various front-end framework. I altered the React a bit. I'm destructuring out props, and they didn't do that in this tutorial. But I will tell you though, these tutorials here on NBN is written beautifully. Some of the best technical writing I've ever read. It's it, very easy to read. If you enjoyed reading about technology, it's not dry like the JavaScript, the nitty-gritty JavaScript core JavaScript description that I have here. These tutorials written uh, in a very accessible way. I really like the way they wrote it. It's very enjoyable, very easy to read, and I actually to give them a chance if you want to do the same thing. They usually added this Angular tutorial, and no, I will not do an Angular comparison to Vue or Svelte or React because it's a foregone conclusion that Angular is going to be much slower and heavier. What I might do is compare one version of Angular to another and use the Angular strict mode to see if that makes much of a difference. I know a lot about Angular because I use Angular every day at work, and sometimes I use React. But okay, so there you have it. Thank you very much for watching. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. It won't cost you anything, and it'll help me help the development community at large.